Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. We are at Warmbro train station and we're here to finish off some more bus deviations which I actually haven't recorded yet. And honestly, I completely forgot about them. So my original plan for the Oddities series was not to film anything which is like a regular deviation, just to serve something regularly like a shopping center. So I didn't. But eventually I went through the series and I finished filming like every deviation, including all-day deviations to shopping centers. But then I forgot about the ones I originally ignored because of that. So now I actually need to come back and do them to say I finished filming every deviation, including the Route 565 deviation to Baldivis Shopping Centre. So let's head out into bus interchange. Okay, here we are now. Baldivis already has so many routes, 6 routes going into Baldivis, and 5 of those routes go past or very near to the Baldivis Shopping Centre, the main one, as soon as you get into the suburb. Only the 564 doesn't. So even though you have 5, 6, 6, 7, 8 and 9 all going past, Route 565 does very regular deviations to get to a stop a little bit further in and close to the shop than on the main road, which operates very regularly. So we're going to take a look at that. Okay, you can see almost every 565 trip on weekdays until peak starts has the E for the deviation, and pretty much every trip except after the shop closes on weekends has the deviation as well. Now, Route 564 is actually going to be extended to 68 Road, which is already the road that 565 and 567 both terminate on as well, because Baldivis just keeps on expanding, so they keep on adding and changing routes. Early next year is going to be changing, and the current terminus is actually also going to be served by a deviation, so that they can retain the service to the terminus at the moment where there's a little shop and pharmacy. So I will include that new 564 deviation and probably the 564 extension as part of this video, which I'll film in the future. But for now, I'm just here filming 565. This is still 2024, Boxing Day actually, public holiday, and there's an Arctic coming in on the service, which is weird. But yeah, you're gonna see all these Baldivis changes in this video, so it's not just this random shopping center thing. There it is, Vibe Baldivis Shopping Centre. Wait, what's he doing? Huh? I don't know why he's doing another loop around. Oh well, I'll just get on it anyway. Yeah, and this is the deviation stop right there. It's in quite a terrible condition. It's just a pole, one directional, and the shop's over here. So I guess it's still closer than the main road stop, but it's not like right next to it. Oh my god. So many, so bad. Like, what? People say Armadale's bad, but honestly, every time I've been here, I see worse things. And there goes 3090 on Naryn Drive. That's the deviation. It's only operated in one direction, so both trips will go around the way I filmed. But in the towards Baldivis direction, it comes from the station there, goes up, loops around, and then comes back down here. While in the station-bound direction, it'll come up here and just go straight across, and then loop around, and then go straight across again back to the station. There's so many poor characters, bad people around Baldivis. Every single time I go here, I see so much crap in the first 5 minutes. It's so bad. I've already seen fare evaders, people like that guy who is speeding down the road way too fast, people on their e-scooters, multiple people in one without helmets. It's just crazy how much bad activity there is down here. But still, it's an ever-growing suburb and a part of our city which is expanding rapidly all the time, which is why the route is changing. So you'll now be seeing the 564 changes right after this. And yeah, honestly, one day they're really gonna need to put a spur line off the Manger line into Baldivis, because it's so bad that pretty much Wellard is actually straight north of here, but you have to go all the way to Warmborough and then take the complicated bus network in, which there's really way too many routes. They should have done some sort of circular services or something. And there is a rail corridor through Baldivis, several actually. There's several different options they can take, which they've left empty for rail to come through one day, but who knows how long that's gonna be. It'll be pretty cool though. Yeah, anyway, 564 now. Alright, so here we are now back, at Warmborough Station, and we're going to take the new 564 now. It is the 4th of February now. Change came into effect 2 days ago, and the service now extends down to 68 Road, where the 565 and 567 also terminate. There's 2200, the only 22XX gas bus. Let's take a look at the poll. If they changed it, well, no, it still says just to Baldivis. They don't change that stuff, but have they put on information about the deviation? Yes, deviates to via Ridge Boulevard to Wattlebird Way, Baldivis. Well, that's very descriptive. Which road it uses to get to another road. That's the deviation to the old terminus. There's a lot of other stuff in here. And yeah, that's been updated. And this has been updated. Good. 68 Road, 80 Road. Why are they just numbers? So bad. But obviously doesn't list the deviating stops. Everything's just one zone. There's not even a 2-section fare because the first stop is so far away. So yeah, we're gonna go down there. I'll start from just before the deviation to the old terminus, and then all the way down the new section on 1985 right here.
Disregard cosmetic work for you. Disregard cosmetic.
Yeah, I think that they're pretty big things this way. They came out with some of
Here we are at the new 564 terminus, Vibe Village. That's the desto. But this is 68 Road. Yep, so this is 68 Road. There's now 3 routes in Baldivis which terminates on 68 Road. The 564 now, the new one, 565 and the 567. It goes down through some newer developing areas. which is just a sand pit and there's bus stops there. But I was like, why seriously they're putting the route here and my suburb still, Sinagra, still doesn't get one? But then after that there's so many houses, so it's completely warranted. I'm so surprised it didn't have a route there before. So many houses. And there's also a school, Mother Teresa College, which actually did have deviations, of course, and they still exist. But what's so dumb now is that the regular route now goes past Mother Teresa College in the south direction, but for the deviating services they have to do a massive loop around, which takes way longer than the normal route, to stop there at the school bus stops on the other side of the road in the north direction, although the 565 still stops in the south direction, which is so weird. I don't know why it's like that. And then after that it comes out onto the 68 road here with this field. It's just a farm, a field, but then on this side there's actually this whole retirement village, which I'm so surprised didn't have at least a deviation before, because as we know, most deviations are to retirement villages. In fact, I think that's the only thing here. I don't think there's even normal houses. It's just a retirement village. So maybe they like complained that they don't have a route and they finally gave them one. That's why the bus tester says Vibe Village instead of 68 road like the other two routes testers do. Here we are, Vibe Baldivis, and I'm so surprised they actually built an entire bus U-turn and embankment bay just for this route. I did not know. I was looking in the app, it said it does some weird U-turn. I was like, how's it going to do that in the middle of a 2-lane road? But they actually built a whole U-turn spot and this whole pathway here. Well, actually it's dirt for that little section, but the rest of it here is a pathway. There we go, nice driver, no problems. We can go straight back. What a spot this is. Love taking a photo from the farmland. Now, of course, the old terminus is still served by the deviation, which I did record in this video so that it's continued to be served and they don't complain, because there's a pharmacy and a petrol station there. But only on weekdays in the middle of the day. In peak hours, they just go all the way with no deviation to make it quicker for anyone coming down here. Although, who's commuting here? It's just a retirement village. But I guess the stops before this. But not on weekends as well, so that's so bad. It used to be served there on weekends. Now it's only limited service on a weekday in both directions. And here's the pole, brand new, just put up.